Y'all know what I realized? I didn't have any tea. It's too late now. This is the third verse. Let's get it. What?
This is the testament of everything I penned is right. The reason for every word, the passion within what I write. The visual of the spiritual precision behind the mic. This insight is what give these verses life. Verses.
Welcome back to Verses. I'm G Oracle. We're going to continue on with this breakdown. I'm talking about the song Spiritual from a body of work that I put together in 2012 entitled The Invitation. If you want to check that out, just send me an email and I'll see what I can do for you. Let me stop. I'll make it available for those who would like to check it out. Also in the description box below, we have the entire, excuse me, a little dry. In the description box below, we'll have the entire dictation of the verse for you to follow along if you would like, or just to read at another point in time. And also a link to the song if you want to just listen to that song. And all my contact information as well if you want to check out any other works that I have. All right, we're going to go ahead and get into verse 3 of Spiritual right now. Y'all, the paper, I'm killing trees over here. I need to stop, for real. And I'm not even about all this paper. So I'm going to do something about this. I'm going to have to put my laptop up here or something, because I can't do this with all this paper. Okay, verse 3, it begins. I'm not saying that everyone needs to be like me. I'm just obligated to give you all a chance to see. Life is more complicated than the stress of decisions, more abstract than the thought of an abstract precision. Now, with this, I'm understanding that, okay, you listen to the first two verses, you kind of like see, okay, it's a little story, it's a storyline type of thing, but I explain, that this entire song was derived through prayer and meditation, so it's coming from a spiritual place. And knowing that it can be a bit cryptic sometimes, trying to understand where I'm coming from, henceforth the whole series of verses, I wanted to state in the third verse that, I'm not saying everyone needs to be like me. I'm not putting that out there like that. I'm bringing it to self, bringing it to me, G Oracle, at this point. I'm just obligated to give you all a chance to see. Know that as an artist and what I'm fueled to do, what I'm, constantly pressured to present, to write, to pen, to envision, it's something that I'm obligated to do. Many people, when I say that, they're like, oh yeah, you're just really passionate about No, you're not getting it. I have to do this. Like literally, I have to. So it's like borderline. Some folks go, oh, it's okay, you have to, so it's like whatever. Whatever. But I wanted to speak that in the third verse to just let the listener know, I'm not saying that everyone needs to be like me. I'm just obligated to give you all a chance to see. So this is why I'm presenting this stuff like this. Life is more complicated than the stress of decisions, more abstract than the thought of an abstract precision. Making a decision, to me, is very critical. I view a path that everyone walks every day. Whatever that path is, it is indeed entitled something, because everyone walks a different path. I have a friend of mine, her path is that of love, and everything is dealing with love with her. My path is that of literally, even though it may sound quite cliche, that of enlightenment, but also of connection. I literally see where everything connects on a spiritual level. So everybody does this. Everybody has this for themselves. They need to understand it and claim it and then walk in it. But making a decision can deviate you from your path. It can also increase is the length of time it'll take for you to get to a certain point on your path. Whereas you were supposed to know 1 + 1 is 2. 3 months ago, you didn't quite get around to it because you went this way, you made a decision to do that, and you went the other way, and you understand where I hope that you're understanding where I'm coming from with this. It's not that your path can literally get derailed or completely obliterated. You pause it, you put it on hold because of decisions that you make. You take longer to understand certain points that you will understand because of decisions that you make. You don't skip anything. You don't bypass anything. You will walk on this path, but it may either take longer or you may move a little bit faster. All depending on the decisions that you make. Decisions are very, very important when you think about your path. I'm gonna make the reference about abstract thoughts and the thought of an abstract precision is more abstract than the complication that stress can give from having to make a decision. I know. But this is literally what I meant when I wrote this down. Let's move on. It's a mission of living life. Soldiers, keep your guard up. It's a mission. I mean, that's self-explanatory. It's not that, okay, yeah, I'm here, this is life. You know, there's some people that are kind of like laissez-faire like that, which I applaud. They basically, in my opinion, just ignore everything so that nothing is really connected to them so that it can affect them. If you are attached to nothing, it cannot affect you. But you have to have a balance. This is where understanding your oneness in the universe and all of that comes from, because there is a certain degree of detachment you need to have, but also attachment, because there's a great oneness within the soul. That's on another song. The story of your steps began before you. Take it far up and away from everything that you believe. You began far longer ago in a time frame than you can even understand. This is the cycle that I speak of. Keep in mind, this entire song was derived only because of meditation and prayer on the subject matter of, if I was God, what would that be? What would that existence be? The truth is way more powerful than your desire to be. The truth is more powerful than your willingness and wanting to even exist. And that, my people, is a very harsh truth. This is a sea of souls swaying in every direction. Every direction. You're going this way, you're going that way. Trying to reach one shore, one door, one letter of acceptance. See, no matter the path that we all walk, which we all have our individual paths, they are all leading to one place. If we really had the knowledge of who we were meant to be, the positions that we play, and why we made these streets, it may sound like I'm making reference to the streets that the gangsters use. Let me stop. It may sound like them just talking about, these streets. Yeah, you could talk about in the sense of these streets, why we made these streets, because it was our decision to go along with what was previously established in the situation that they have the certain they put the black folks in these environments, and they developed this consciousness that is very wicked because it turned on itself. But I'm not going there in this song. But I only say that to say I was not making reference to those streets. These streets I talk about are the streets that are paved with, no, not gold. The streets that are paved from the spiritual path that we all walk. That is all. The positions that we play. While we made these streets, we could change the current due east. That is from, my studies of just Eastern philosophies and things of that nature. And I find that, it is very in-depth. And I implore anyone to just, read and look into some other things outside of what you're accustomed to. If you've never really listened to classical music, really sit down and listen to classical music. Understand the composer or their life story, something like that, just to give yourself another viewpoint of something that you may already be interested in. You like film, look at where it really originated in the process of film, and the components that go in film, the digital things and all of that type of stuff. These little intricate details about something that you may be slightly interested in or very interested in, they tend to give you a more well-rounded view, and then you begin to love and have more of a passion for these things. As I continue, and have embodied the complete essence of infinity. We cannot embody infinity in its entirety. We can in certain aspects, certain pieces, music, and infinite, timeless. Art, infinite, timeless. Spirituality, just spirit, infinite, timeless. Energy, infinite, timeless. See, these things like that, we can, the essence of it, of infinity, we can embody, but nothing further than that. I don't even think we could even withstand anything more than just the essence of something that is so great as infinity. Or, I'm sorry, to put, these are words that I use interchangeably. God, infinity, the creator, which just seems so personal, like adding human quality, create. I'll use it sometimes, but not necessarily a whole lot. Universe, just everything. Okay. And the next line reads, open your eyes and see what life doesn't want you to see. Not saying that life is against you, but I'm saying that life is filled with so many obstacles and so many things that blind you, so many distractions. Like, seriously, it's full of distractions. Everything is a distraction. Seems like nobody's focused anymore. I don't get it, but to each his own. This world is just going to spiral away into something. You got to get a grip. We got to get a grip, people. We really need to get a grip. It's just so many distractions in life. But I cannot honestly say that life is against you in that sense. It just is. How can I put this? Say that you felt a certain way about something, and I felt just the complete opposite way. We sit down, we have a discussion, which then turns into a debate. I can necessarily say it would escalate to an argument because I don't argue. I'm sorry. I don't argue. And from there, just a little bit more discussion. This is saying that I'm dealing with somebody of a mature mind, an adult, basically. And they tell me really where they're coming from. You know, why they feel the way that they do about whatever it is that we are disagreeing on, that I don't agree with. And I sit down and I look and I examine and I hear them out and I understand. I literally understand where they're coming from. Doesn't mean I have to agree with it. Go on. Because that is the truth. And that it just is. Same thing. This is why I say I don't feel like life is necessarily against you, but it can be difficult. And not so much roadblocks and, you know, all of this dramatic stuff about, you know, just being down rotten and all of that. I mean, that happens. Don't get me wrong. That happens. It has happened to me. It happens. But it is. It's going to happen. It is going to stop happening. It is going to be okay. The thing is to know what is in life, not wanting you to see certain things, just is. So you have to have the mindset, the perseverance, the level of understanding to know that when these things come about, you need to persevere. You need to continue on your path. Do not impede your path so that you can come to a full understanding, a full reverence, and embrace those moments of that little bit of infinite bliss that you can just barely graze because that's all you can really handle. But it'll be so wonderful. It'll last you a lifetime. A lifetime. How long is that? It is timeless. And hopefully, when you see you, when you really see who you are, your position, your path, where it plays, how it all connects, this entire circle, spirit. And hopefully when you see you, you can see me. That is the oneness. Spiritual. Yeah, I love this song. That is a complete cycle. Whereas it began with a being walking through distant centuries, going to the man, going into the woman, male, masculine and feminine energies, to self, to questions, to realization, and reconnecting to the listener to then just reflect and see the spiritual nature of everything in the circle. Spiritual. Yeah. Of course, spiritual. I'm talking more than you can touch and can see. You say you want truth, just listen. You have to. Because everything around you is spiritual. All right. I'm G Oracle. This is Verses. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the song Spiritual from a project I released in 2012 entitled The Invitation. Excuse the people making the noise. You can check in the description box below. I have a link to the full song so that you can enjoy that if you choose to listen to it, or you just prefer to read the words. Hey, I remember back in the day, you used to get the cassette and all the words for the songs would be in there. I don't know why they don't do that no more. But yeah, I think I'm going to really enjoy this. Please leave some comments in the comment section. I would love to get a dialogue started. I love conversation. Even if you don't agree with anything that I said, tell me why. Tell me why. Like I said before, it just is. You know, I can understand another viewpoint and still not have to agree with it. And you should be able to do the same. All right, y'all. Stay tuned for another video on another song. These songs are being selected by me personally. And I had, Lord, I'll tell y'all that story. But I'm really going to get into it. All right, y'all. I am G Oracle. And remember, mind changes life. Peace.